Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Friday. It has been a long day today, but it's been a good day. It's been a long day, but it's been a good day. Did I bring my... I brought my hat out here in case it gets cold. What else did I bring? Brought my gloves. Brought my phone. Hold on a second. I'm searching for all kinds of things now. My Fitness Pal. We don't need to look that up right now. As this guy just ran by, reminding me that I need to go on my walk tonight, when all I want to do is just watch my TV. As soon as I get on my walk every night, I'm like so happy that I'm on my walk. But in this weather, the snow is still out. I feel like I have to show the weather or the snow every day just so you guys can see. Tanya told me last night it's supposed to be in the 50s this week. I said, so all the snow's going to melt? She goes, well, probably it's in the 50s. I go, well, it isn't yet. And she started laughing. Tanya and I's conversations are so stupid. What else? Oh, I have an extra battery right here. And then I came prepared today. And then, what else? Oh, I just made a cup of coffee, Cafe Bustelo with one equal. And I tried to find a different cup to use today because I'm sure you guys are so bored of the same cups every single day. Do you guys remember this cup that I got? I think this is Corksicle, maybe. I don't remember what brand this cup is. But a while ago, I went through all of my mugs and donated a bunch of them. And so, like, the bottom shelf, there's 3 shelves. See? The bottom shelf is the cups that I use, like, most often, like, inside the house. And then next to the coffee maker and the Keurig, oh, I also have my blanket right here. Also, do you want to see? Well, I have on this, so this is what I wore to the dentist today, and then I changed it to film videos today. But I was putting all my stuff out here. I brought the dogs out, and I forgot that to put my boots on, so I got socks with sandals today. This is not what, I wore my clogs. I wore my clogs with socks to the dentist today. But when I came home, I put on my sandals, and so when I've been taking the dogs out, I've just been putting my sandals on. So I came out here and I was like, my boots are right there. I can see them inside. And I was like, I'm just going to, it's not that cold outside. It's not that cold. Okay, let's do a time and temperature check and then I'll get back to telling you guys about the mugs. It is currently 5:54 p.m. Oh, I wanted it. I was like, oh, wouldn't it be fun if it was 5:55? It just turned 5:55. And there's Mr. Walter right there. And he's just wandering around. His dad is inside watching comedy specials. We'll get to that in a second. It's driving me a little crazy. You guys get to hear a little the marital funny sarcasm conversation back and forth. We've been planning trips today, first of all, so it's been a fun day. Well, today has not been bad. My dentist appointment wasn't bad. We went to brunch afterwards, but I'll tell you guys about all that kind of stuff. And then we've been planning trips. The temperature outside, it seems much nicer than it's been. Watch, it'll say 18 degrees or something. Oh, no. It's 35 degrees. Yeah, it's 35 degrees right now. What's it supposed to be like tomorrow? Let's see. As of yet, Alex has no plans this weekend. Can you even believe it? So, I know, no plans this weekend. So, tomorrow's supposed to be high of 24, then 27. Oh, Tanya Jean was right on her birthday of all days. Oh, no. Her birthday's Monday. 53 degrees on Tuesday. So all the snow will be melted by Tuesday. It says today a few flurries or snow showers possible. When I woke up, it was snowing lightly and there was a little bit of snow on the ground, just like a dusting. It was pretty. So anyway, the coffee cups. So like a couple months ago, I know I talked about this over here. I went through the kitchen cabinets with the coffee mugs and stuff like that. Alex went through, so Alex like has like one cabinet over there where he has like his wine glasses and stuff. And so he had a bunch that he wasn't using in there. It was around the same, I think I did my coffee mugs first. Because then I said, are you going to use like, we don't have tons of cabinet space anyway. And so I said, are you going to use like all these wine glasses? He was like, no. So he kept like 2 of each. And it was interesting because like some of them that he kept were like wine glasses that my mom, like when I got sober, I got rid of all of the wine glasses that I used, but they were cheap anyway. But my mom had some really nice like wine glasses and these like beer steins that are glass that have, she got them from my dad, I think for his 40th birthday, but then he just left them behind when they got divorced. But anyway, they were like, they're glass beer steins and they have like sailboats etched into them. And so Alex kept 2 of those. They're really cool. But he went through the wine glasses and stuff like that, and then I went through my coffee mugs. So my coffee mugs are over here, and then like his wine stuff's over there. I think he has like 6 wine glasses total or something like that. And then the island that we have in the kitchen, the wood island, it has cabinets underneath it, and I always forget that. And Alex has stuff stored down there, but I don't. So anyway, the cabinet that we have is like, 3 shelves. The bottom shelf is all like coffee mugs. Oh, this is what I was going to say. Next to the coffee maker and the Keurig, I keep my sobriety cup that I use, like that sobriety tumbler that I use all the time, that coffee tumbler. And then I usually keep this new blue one. I think it's a corksicle one too, but it's like kind of my favorite right now. The one that I really like, which is the corksicle and papier one that I got at Sullivan's up the street, I like it, but it's definitely more of a spring cup. Whenever I use it out here, always somebody says, oh, I really like that mug. I do too, but it's washed. I used it the other night, and it's back up in the cabinet. So those are usually the 2 mugs that I keep out, and then I like rinse them out like each night, and then I keep them next to the coffee maker. So those are ones that I usually use. One for tea and one for coffee. So the bottom shelf is like mostly like clay mugs and stuff like that, and mugs that I use in the house. The next shelf up is where I have like all like the plastic mugs. Well, some of those are on the main the first 2 shelves are kind of like, anyway, just all mugs. But the what is that brand called that I drink the Diet Coke into, and the Diet Dr. Pepper now, but why can't I think of it? It starts with a T. My Aunt Kathy and Uncle Dave, I've talked about them on here so many times. Those plastic cups are like double insulated that I love. I want to say they're called like, it's not thermos, but it's something like that with an E. I have like the Christmas ones with Snoopy on it and the Brunch. And then I have ones that have like goldfish on it. Why can I not think of what those are called? I know somebody is shouting at the screen right now. I can't hear you. I have to look these up. Hold on a second. This is going to drive me crazy. I recommend these to everybody. I love them. Oh, by the way, so in my Peter Does Stuff channel today, I did a haul. And I bought this travel fan online, and it's actually not bad speed. But then Alex told me that when he went to Florida, one of his friends had a fan that was very similar to that, but the power is so much stronger. So I'm going to get this one. It's actually cheaper than the one I bought. This one is called the JISU Life. And this is what it looks like. But he said it's $24.99, $24.22. He said it's really strong, so we'll see. Oh, look, the one that it recommends is the Warmco that I bought for $32.99. But he said mine's not as strong. I thought it was pretty strong. I was impressed with it. Tervis. I didn't even have to look it up. Tervis, the Tervis cups. So I have a bunch of like plastic Tervis, coffee cups. So all of my like drinking cups, all of our drinking cups and plastic cups are like above the coffee maker, and then to the right, I know nobody cares about this stuff. Anyway, so I have all the plastic ones up there. The top is where like I have this stuff, and like the taller ones that like have the caps on them that I take to, because that's a taller like shelf up there that I take to meetings and stuff like that. And then we also have like popcorn bowls on the left-hand side, because my cousin gave them to me, or gave them to us years ago for Christmas. It's like a big popcorn bowl with 2 smaller ones. And then Alex's salad bowls, when he makes us salads. These huge salad bowls, we have those in there too. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so I made this cup of coffee. Not my first cup of coffee today, because we went to brunch at Cafe Patachou, which was kind of like spur of the moment kind of thing, but it was so fun. So, got up today. It's been a fun day. Like, if Alex worked from home all the time, like today would be like exactly like perfect, like how it would go. And I told him that. First of all, Alex is inside, and he's this couple just walked by, and they were like both like staring at me. I don't know, they're not like young, but they're probably like Alex's age, but they were both like, smiling, like, what's he doing over there? People sometimes like think I'm talking on the phone, like this is, like I'm just sitting out here talking on like a FaceTime call or whatever, that don't, know. Anyway, so I was in between like doing videos, and so he was like, I'm gonna watch something. He was watching TikTok on the TV. I didn't even know you could do that. I guess I did, because he's done it before, but like I forgot or something. I go, are you watching TikTok on the TV? He's like, yeah. So then he was watching that. I think this guy is hilarious too. Mateo Lane. He's like a comedian. He's gay. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? I think he got like really famous like during the TikTok and Instagram reel era and all that kind of stuff. But now he goes on tour. He's like hilarious. He has a YouTube channel. He gets does hilarious things over there, cooking videos. He does like a lot of collaborations with people. He's gotten huge, and he goes on tour all the time. I was actually going to get Alex tickets. I don't know why I'm whispering about this. I was going to get Alex tickets to his show when he comes to Indianapolis, but I think he's going to be here when we're in Miami for Ultra. So, but we both really like him. So Alex was like, he has a stand-up I want to watch. So he was like, I said, well, you just watch it. I'll watch it, some other time. So he was watching it. Well, then that rolled into some other show he's watching. I don't know who this guy is. Some other stand-up. I think he's watching on... Oh, he said it was on Hulu. So it's rolled into some other stand-up he's watching. So Alex has his AirPods in, right? So I'm at the computer, and I'm, like, putting up videos, and like, it'll be like this. Otis and Walter are laying on Alex, and he's just, like, laughing, like, every 3 minutes, right? And I have, like, no idea what the joke is, because I can't hear it, because he's got his AirPods in. So I'm getting ready to come out here, and so I'm in the kitchen, and I'm like, turn on the Keurig, and I'm getting ready to make coffee, and putting on my coat, and stuff like that, took the dogs out, I come inside, and Alex was like every 2 minutes, like, ah! So I go and I stand in front of him, and I go, ah! So he pauses the show, and he goes, ah! And I go, ah! He goes, what's wrong? I go, ah! This reminded me of a story from my past, I have to tell you, by the way. But then we like start genuinely laughing, like not fake, like we're both laughing at each other being so stupid. And he's like, what? He goes, you want me to be miserable? I go, maybe. And he started laughing. He goes, you're not happy that I'm happy and I'm laughing? I go, no, I am. He goes, no, you want me to be miserable. And he starts laughing. I go, no, I really do want you to be miserable though, for real. And he goes, do you though? I go, no, I want you to be happy. He goes, ah! It's so dumb. So anyway, but I gotta tell you this story in a second. But, so anyway, I'll tell you the story now. Should I just tell you the story now? Okay, I have to remember that my story that I'm telling is like what we did during our day. So, this was before I got sober. This involves, okay, my friend that I went to elementary, junior high, high school, college, graduate school with, okay? That friend. Kindergarten too. Did I ever just give her a name? I just need to give her a name. She's not even on social media. I should just say her name. Her name's Heather. There, you know her name. She's not anywhere on social media. Her husband is, but she's not. So her name's Heather. Okay, big surprise. My friend's name is Heather. Anyway, so Heather and I don't know why I keep this stuff so secret. Like, the other person, he's been dead for 20-some years now. Our other friend, his name was Duke, and he's passed away a long time ago. So, Duke was dating this guy at Anderson College. This was before I got sober. Okay, Duke was dating this guy at Anderson College. And Anderson College is, like, real Christian. And so, Anderson's also, like, where the casino is that I haven't been to in forever. But anyway, so this guy was, he was in some play or something at Anderson College. I don't even remember what the play was. So Duke, like, drags Heather and I up there for this play. And I was like, I am not going to this play unless I'm, like, wasted drunk. So the whole time up there, I, like, had snuck alcohol in the car. Heather's driving, not drinking, stuff like that. And so, like, they're in the front. And they're like, what is so funny? Well, I had been drinking like crazy before. Probably had been using some other substances, too. So I am so done, okay? Like, I don't even want to go to this. It's like a stupid, I don't know. It was something stupid. Death of a salesman or something. But Duke had told us that we were going to go to this party afterwards, and there were a lot of cute guys there, okay, that were, like, in this, like, dorm room or something. So anyway, we go to this play, and we're sitting there in the middle of it, and I am so bored, okay, like, I fall asleep. Well, first of all, I have this bracelet on, okay, and it's like, I had gotten it at some, like, store that sold, like, jewelry and clothes from, like, all over the world. It was in Broad Ripple. What was that store called? It's called World something. It was like a little boutique. But anyway, it was like one of those bracelets like from India that has like the bells on them. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They're like real small. It's like silver and it has like real small bells on it. And so when you move like that, it just goes ding. I mean, it makes noise constantly, okay? I don't know why I wore it to this. I don't know, to be obnoxious probably. So we're sitting in this thing, and like halfway through I didn't realize it was 2 acts, okay? So halfway through the first act, I rarely ever tell drunk stories on here, but I'm going to. This is a funny drunk story. So like halfway through the first act, I think I fall asleep or something. So anyway, the first act's done, and I'm like, oh, this is like, you guys literally, I was probably 20 at the time, 21. I mean, this is 32 years ago. God, that makes me feel so old. Anyway. So, it's so funny. I was talking about Duke one time in a video. This is years ago. I was talking about Duke. I'd be so interesting to know if this guy still watched my videos. Somebody emailed me and was like, oh my God, I didn't know if it was you. Like, this was somebody that dated Duke very briefly. And then, where's my neighbor going? He's been kind of in and out all day long today. So anyway, they reached out to me and they sent me this really nice email and was like, I'm so happy that you remember Duke and you telling Duke's story and stuff like that. Duke would have loved all of this, first of all. Duke was hilarious. Kind of a tortured soul, honestly. But so fun. I'll never forget, Duke worked at this tanning bed place and I would call him and he would answer it and I'd be like, girl, what's going on? He'd be like, girl, the biscuits are done. It is so hot in this place, honey. He's like, we need to turn the heat down in this tanning bed place. It is so hot. He was forever tan. We were all tan back in the day. Leather. We used to we'd be like, girl, you look like leather. You were so tan. Anyway, but Heather was like super, super good friends with Duke. I was good friends with Duke too, but she was like best friends with Duke. Anyway, and then I dated this guy, like my very first boyfriend was Duke's best friend. That's how like Duke and I became good friends. Anyway, so, but then Duke and I were really good friends. I got sober and then he passed away after that. But this guy emailed me. I must have been talking about Duke one night. I was talking about his funeral, I think. And this guy emailed me and was like, oh my God, like I was watching your vlog and you brought up Duke and I didn't know if it was like you were the same Peter from back then. And then when you started talking about Duke, I didn't say Duke's name, I don't think, in the video. But anyway, and they were like, I dated Duke. I don't know if you remember me. I didn't. I remember this person, but I didn't remember that they had dated Duke. And Duke had a lot of boyfriends. Oh, girl, he would love this so much to know that I'm sitting here on video telling stories. He was such a storyteller. He would love this so much. I miss him. He was so funny. And he'd always call me and he'd be like, girl, what are we wearing? Are we dressing twins? Because we would always dress in twins. This was like he was one of the first people that I met when I started going out. And so we would always wear like black t-shirts and like jean shorts like rolled up and like Doc Martens and white socks. That was kind of like the thing back then. But anyway, so we go to this musical, or it was a play, I don't think it was a musical, this theater at Anderson College. It's Christian college. I think I was so put out because it was a Christian college, and that was in my like, we're here, we're queer, get used to it era, you know, like, so anyway, so I like fall asleep or something during the first half of the show. We're like third aisle up. Okay? I mean, it's not a huge theater, but it was like, you know, school theater kind of thing. So it's the break, and I wake up during intermission. Well, Heather and Duke are trying to like sneak out without me. I'm like, oh no, I'm going outside too. So we go out there, and I'm smoking a cigarette out there and stuff like that, and I'm talking to somebody. I don't know, probably trying to hit on somebody. And so Heather and Duke go inside without me. They didn't even wait for me or anything like that. So they go inside, and whoever I was talking to, I don't remember. We were talking about something. Hey, how are you? Good, I miss you. I haven't seen you in for so long. Look at you all bundled up.
Yeah, maybe I don't need to be this much bundled up.
It's not as cold today.
No, it's not. You doing okay?
I am. How's he doing?
He's doing good.
He looks like he got a haircut.
Yeah, he did.
Aw, little guy.
Yeah. He doesn't have his coat on.
Aw. Well, it's good seeing you.
You too.
So that's the twin dog to my favorite neighbor's dog. But he got his haircut. He's this big black standard poodle, and it's like he's got like the big poof on top, and then his big ears, and then he's all shaved down, and then he's got the big poof on his tail. He's so cute. She is so sweet. I love her so much. She's one of the first people that I ever met in this neighborhood. Anyway, oh, they just saw him walk by. They're like standing in the door now. Anyway, so we go to this. My feet are getting, oh, my blanket's not covering up my feet. I need to take these sandals off and just cover up my feet and get all cozy. Should I just get all cozy? Okay. So anyway, I've told this story, I think, before sometimes. But anyway, so I am so done. I am so put out and pissed off that they done gone inside this show without me. But I'm not mad like I'm missing the show. I could care less. I'm like, oh, they are embarrassed of me. Like, I'm not that drunk that I don't figure it out, right? I'm like, oh, okay. So I go in there. This is what reminded me of it when I was telling the story about Alex, but it reminded me of it earlier. So I go back in this theater. Well, we're now in the second act, after intermission of the show, the boring ass theater show play, which I do love plays, but it was I don't know. I didn't care. I was drunk. I was like, where's the guys? Like, where's the after party with the guys? So anyway, I see them and they're sitting up there. I know I've told this story before. They're sitting there and they're like down like this, and Heather keeps on looking behind, okay? Like, don't let him see us. And I'm like, oh, no, ma'am. Okay, so I go waltzing down. There's no seats in this theater, okay? They're still there. They're like third or fourth, fifth, whatever. So I'm like, oh, fuck them. So I go down to like the second row, okay, honey? Just jangling that bracelet. I'm just jangling that bracelet, honey. Those actors on stage, they could not compete with me. Okay, well, we would get to like, maybe this happened the first half, and this is why they were so embarrassed at me or something. No, this had to be the second half, because I sat by myself. So I was like, oh, screw them. So I like looked at them when I walked by, like, oh, you think you're cute, you too. Okay, I like looked right at them. I was like, I went up there, I sat in the second row by myself, okay? Well, this play was like a comedy of errors or something. It was so bad. I don't even remember what it was. Duke was so excited he was dating an actor. I was like, girl, what actor? Anderson College actor. Okay. Where's she at today? Is she in movies? Anyway. Oh my God, I miss him so much. He was so fun. Anyway. So, I'm hesitant to like say certain things, but here's the truth. Duke's my friend that took his life. One of many friends of mine that took his life. And it's like Duke is also one of the funniest people that I have ever met in my entire life. Brought me so much joy. And really hid a lot, I think, of his sadness and trauma and grief. And I think everybody that knew him, we talked about it, that he would hide it behind his humor. And that was his coping mechanism, was his humor. So just because somebody is laughing and telling jokes, don't think they're okay. Just don't. I mean, it's sad. Such a good person. So hilarious. Oh my God, so funny. Anyway, he would love this. He would love this so much to know that. It's funny because like every once in a while, friends of mine that I knew like literally back then find out that I have videos on YouTube. I mean, it's just like somebody random will like put a clip of mine on like a TikTok or Instagram or something. That's how they usually figure it out. Or somebody will send them something. They'll be like, is this Peter Monn from back in the day? And so it'll be somebody that I was really close with. And they'll start watching my videos. And I'm so embarrassed when they reach out to me. And they're always like, oh my God, I don't even know half of what you're talking about, but I absolutely love it. Like, this is so funny that this is you. Because this was... But what is interesting is, like not drinking and using drugs, I was not like a natural storyteller around people. I'm super shy. Like, I have really like bad social anxiety. YouTube has really allowed me to find my voice a lot and be able to tell these stories and stuff. Like, me telling these stories is kind of who I was drunk. And so all these years later, to feel comfortable in my own skin, like, you guys have given me that, Like Tanya and I always say, it's a, recovery phrase. We're not a glum lot. I have so much fun. And to look back on some of these stories, it's today. I mean, thank God none of us were hurt and nothing bad happened. But so anyway, I'm sitting there in like the second aisle of this theater, of this boring play, okay? And like in the play, there would be like something funny they would say. And so then like, they would say like da-da-da-da. And then the audience would be like, ah, and laugh. Well, I caught on real quick, as drunk as I was. And like, joke. Audience. Ah. 10 seconds later, Peter. Ah. Ding, ling, ling, ling. Oh my God. I think somebody finally came up and asked me to leave or something. I stumbled out of that theater and waited for Heather and Nick to come pick me up so we could go to this party. Where we sat around, I can barely kind of see it in my head. I don't even know how I remember it as a blackout drinker, but sitting around on this dorm room floor, I was like, Duke, where did you bring us? These were not the kind of, I mean, Duke was the same age as me. We were like 20, 21. Heather was the same age. I mean, we were hanging out with like 30, 35-year-olds back then, going to real parties, okay? I mean, Duke dated the owner of this nightclub forever here in town. I was like, what are we doing at this dorm party? We thought that was so below us. I remember where they were like, we gotta sneak the alcohol. I was like, sneak the alcohol? Honey, I got it right here in my bag. I used to carry this binocular. Have I told this story before? So long before, like, you know, messenger bags and man bags and all this kind of stuff, I carried a binocular case. No, true story, I did. A binocular case. That was my purse, okay? And I would carry that strapped over like a messenger bag. These people were like, we gotta sneak in this alcohol. It was like Boone's Farm or something. I was like, honey, I got a pint of Jack Daniels right here in my bag. We don't need to sneak nothing in. So they're all like, we're all sitting on the floor. They're all like in their jammies and I mean, this is what I should have been doing in college, right? Like, not out there on the streets hanging out with 30-year-olds, but that's what I was doing. Anyway, but we were sitting around in this this dorm room. I think Duke got so mad at me. We played some game. We were playing Spin the Bottle or some shit like that, or something that you play when you're 15. I don't know. And we played Spin the Bottle or something. I can remember I was so over it. I was so done. And then Duke, like, I think I got dared or something to kiss this guy. I don't think Duke was even dating him. I think he was just interested in it or something like that. I remember I just smacked a kiss on this dude like nobody's business. I mean, time stopped. I was not interested in him at all. Duke was so pissed at me. Later, Duke, I went down to Bloomington to interview down there for graduate school. This was when I was sober. And this guy that Duke had dated and broke up with, I was friends. And he was like, you can come down here and stay with me for the night. We went down there. I had dinner. I remember we went back to his house. Was I sober? I would have been sober then, yeah. Because I was going to go down there for graduate school and get my master's in fine arts in Bloomington at IU, and then I decided that wasn't for me. The interview was misery, and I was like, this is not for me. Who was texting me? Okay, my dad, it's my dad texting me. Oh, there's my neighbor out there getting the mail. You staying warm? Oh, I wish. You gonna come with me?
Sure.
What about the kids?
Oh, yeah.
You got your slippers on and everything.
Yeah, I know.
Did you hear what she said? She goes, hey, it's gonna get so warm they're gonna open the pool this week. I wish. My dad texted me. Okay, my dad has had really bad kidney stones this week. He had to go to the emergency room for it. I wasn't gonna share it on here, but since he's texting me. So he had to go to the emergency room the other day for his kidney stones, and he knows like how bad my kidney stones were, and so he said on here, because I was texting him about stuff, and he was like, "Hey, thanks for reaching out, I appreciate it." He was like, "The Monns have kidney stones that migrate." He was like, "My dad, my brother, me, you." Then my nephew, my cousin's name. I was just trying to hold up my part of the bargain. You're next, and he put the emoji with sunglasses on there. I'm gonna be like, no thanks. I'm gonna say no thanks. Give them to Blondina. He's gonna say, did you talk to your aunt though? If I say that, give them to Blondina. Anyway. Well, anyway, so I went down to visit this guy. I literally was down there for probably less than 12 hours. I went to Bloomington to go do this interview for graduate school. I got in pending this interview for this fine arts thing, and then for the Master's in Fine Arts program at IU. I wanted to go to, so my dream was really to go to Iowa. So Iowa has one of the best writing programs in the country, if you didn't know that. So that was kind of my dream when I wanted to become a writer. And then I was kind of like, I don't think this is my dream. But anyway, I remember I was sober when this happened, because I can remember I went down there, and his old boyfriend, we went out to dinner, real nice. He was like a I think he was in his PhD program, and he was teaching down there, and he lived in this cute little house in Bloomington. What did he say to me? He said, touche. Well, at least he's feeling better, you know. My aunt, she was in the hospital for kidney stones earlier this year. I was for kidney stones last year. I don't want them again. That's some painful shit. That is like some of the worst pain ever, are kidney stones. Little Walter standing there. His hair is so fuzzy on top. It's just like, it's so cute. Anyway, he just walked away. So, I remember I went down to Bloomington to visit, well, not to visit this guy. I went down there for the interview. And so, remember afterwards, it must have been during the winter time. I think it was like between when I got sober. It must have been like late winter, spring, like that. It must have been like 95 when I first got sober. The camera stopped. Would it have been then, or would it have been the following year? I think it would have been the following year. And I think I was, because that was when I was like in my first relationship with a guy that I dated for like 5 years. Because I can remember like Duke got real, oh, it would have been then. Because that's who I was with when Duke passed away. Because I can remember coming in the apartment and my ex said to me, he goes, that was like 4 years later. 4 or 5 years. No, we were only together like 5 years. We were 4.5, 5 years. That would have been like 3 or 4 years later. And I can remember coming in and he said, you need to call Heather. And I said, well, what's going on? I was like, and he was like, you need to call Heather. And that's when I found out that Duke had passed away. So I would have been with him, I think, or maybe it was before. I don't remember the timing of it. I mean, this is like, I can't even believe some of this is 30 years ago. I mean, it really, to be honest with you, when I'm telling the story, it really does seem that long ago. Like, it's, some of it I remember very, like, pointedly, and others I don't. But anyway, Duke really liked this guy. I don't know what happened with him. I don't remember what happened. They didn't make it together. But he was really friendly to me. I do remember that he had done, like, these photographs. I remember thinking this was kind of odd. He was like in his PhD program, this ex of his, and he was doing, I can't remember what it was for, but it was like history or something. Like, he was very intellectual and very intellectual looking. I can see him in my head right now. Anyway, so he was like, come down here and stay with me for the night. Like, you know, then you don't have to pay for a place to stay. You don't have to drive back, whatever. So I went down there. I went to the interview, and then afterwards we went to dinner at some, like, brewery kind of place. I remember he was like, I must have been like newly sober, because he was like, do you care if I have a beer? And I was like, no, not at all. And then we went back to his house and we watched like a TV show, and I remember we like both put our pajamas on. It was like so bizarrely innocent. Like, we sat there and talked, and he like made us coffee. He didn't drink anything at his house. And then he like, I stayed in his guest bedroom and he stayed in his bedroom or whatever. It was so innocent. Then I left the next day, and Duke swore, I mean, and like forever, that I screwed his boyfriend. There was no truth to it whatsoever. But anyway, and I think it all went back to that Anderson thing. But anyway, I do remember this guy, like, I can remember Duke saying something about, like, he had done, like, this art project. Like, he had modeled nude for this art book or something. And on his wall, like, in his living room, were, like, these big prints. But they were, like, all white, and then in the middle of it was the print. I mean, they were very tastefully done, but it was, like, 4 of them of him, like, just sitting there completely nude. I was like, who would have that in their living room? I can remember thinking that. Like, who would just have that in their living room? Like, I don't know. It was just kind of bizarre to me. But anyway, I don't know why I remember that. But then I just decided, I was like, well, then I started working in treatment, and then I was like, I don't want to work, because my plan was, I either wanted to work for, like, a publishing company, or, this is so weird that I'm telling this. This is like, it's so funny when I come out here, I never know where this vlog is going to go. You guys are either completely bored, or you're like, oh no, this is interesting. Peter hasn't talked about this stuff before, or in a while. But I either wanted to go into publishing. That was kind of like, my publishing dream was like, I wanted to live in Chicago. I wanted to live in New York. When I was younger, like junior high, high school, I had these dreams of like living in Chicago, living in New York, being a fashion designer, living on the East Coast, living in New York. When I became like a senior in high school, especially when I graduated, I was like terrified to leave Indianapolis. Like, really, really scared. I mean, and it wasn't just because of the drugs and alcohol. I just emotionally, I was not mature. And I just was scared. I was really scared. And I was very much like a mama's boy, and very much a dad's boy as well. Like, I just wasn't ready for the world yet, you know? I was scared. I had traveled by myself and stuff like that, and that wasn't scary to me. But to like go somewhere else and live, I don't know. I can remember like graduating from high school and being like, I can't believe it's all over. And all my friends were ready to go to college and stuff, and I felt like I was still like 15. Like, I can remember it being like this overwhelming feeling. And kind of this expectation too that like boys turn into men overnight, and I didn't really know what that meant. And I was scared, and I didn't really ever voice that to anybody or talk to anybody about it. And then I started using so heavily, and I got my own apartment. Caroline and I were talking about it the other day, because she was like, wasn't your first apartment there? We were driving by it. And I said, yeah. And she's like, how old were you when you moved in there? 21? I said, no, 18. I was like, right, 18 when I moved in there. She goes, were you really that young? I said, yeah, and I hated it. I said, I was so excited about the freedom, but I said, I hated living by myself at first. Like, I was lonely. Like, I can remember, like, it wasn't, like, I joke kind of about, like, going in there and being like, there's no food in the pantry, which was true. I can remember going in there and being like, oh, like, I missed that. But I really missed, like, you know, just walking downstairs and my dad and my stepmom being in the basement watching a movie and just, like, laying on the couch with them. Or they'd be in the kitchen talking and making a sandwich. Or, you know, like, my mom would be, like, she'd have 4 books and a newspaper in the kitchen, smoking a cigarette, talking on the phone to her friends. Like, I don't know, there was always just something. My mom's house was a lot quieter than my dad's house, but, like, there was always something going on. I can remember being alone in that apartment. I loved that apartment. I absolutely loved that apartment, but I can remember just feeling really alone. And I think on some level, that's how my mom's drinking and my drinking were very similar, because I think that, like, she drank because of her fear of being alone. I don't even know that I realized it at that time, that I was, like, it wasn't that I was afraid of being alone. Like, I wasn't afraid of anything happening to me. I felt very alone. And I'm not talking about not having friends. That was probably the period of my life that I had the most friends. Acquaintances, maybe. I mean, I had a lot of people over all the time, but I think, like, had anybody sat me down and I got sober for 5 days and said, what's going on? I'd say, I don't want to be here. Like, I'm lonely. When everybody leaves after the party's done, like, I just feel real lonely and I'm sad. And I think I was seeking this independence and this freedom that I had. I mean, at the time, I think I brought Kleenex out with me. Please tell me I did, because my nose, oh, I did, thank you. My nose is running. I think I was, like, I had for so long sought this independence of, I want to move out when I'm 18. That, like, when I finally did, I just was kind of like, okay, you got what you wanted, and was it really what you wanted? It wasn't. Like, I think I was seeking that freedom, but I had that freedom. Like, I didn't really ever have a curfew. Like, my dad did not care if I stayed out. He would rather that I stay out all night long at a friend's house and just let him know, like, I'm sleeping over at somebody's house. Even if I had said to my dad, I'm drinking, I'm staying over here at 18, 19, he wouldn't have loved it, but he would have been okay with it. Rather me come home at 2 o'clock in the morning and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I don't know, it was just a really lonely period of my life, and I kind of forced myself in this position to be an adult. And then in college, you know, I went to a city school. It's different now. IUPUI is different now than it was then. Now it's a lot of, like, freshmen go there that are right out of high school. But when I was there, I'd say 30% were, like, straight out of high school. The rest of it were people that were, like, working and going to college that were, like, let's say 30 to 50, 30 to 60. So you were going to I mean, I was in college classes with, like, 50% or more of the students being married, having kids, full-time jobs. Like, so I was meeting people that were at that age. Whereas my friends that were going to college on campuses, they were meeting 18, 19, 20-year-olds. I wasn't. I mean, the oldest people they were meeting were, like, graduate students. I was meeting people that were much older than me. So if I was hanging out with them, I mean, a few of my friends down there, we were the same age. Those are usually the people that I gravitated towards. But I don't know, it just was a lonely period of my life. But yeah, I remember, and then after I got sober, I must have gone down there, or once I started working treatment, I must have gone down there. I think I had that interview scheduled. I don't remember how it happened. I remember meeting with the guy, and I remember the interview being super intense. I feel like maybe, like, I had it planned, like, 6 months in advance, and I got sober, and then I was like, well, now you're sober, you should go. I don't remember really how that interview came up at IU. But I remember leaving there and being like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want to go into fine arts. Well, this is what I was going to say. So my dream was always either to, like, go to New York or Chicago and work in fashion when I was, like, younger. Then it turned into, like, my love of writing and reading was like, well, maybe I'll work for a publishing company. Because I'd taken enough, you know, classes and whatever to know that, like, you don't just say, I'm a writer. You either work academically, which I did think about, but I thought, I don't really see myself working on a college campus as a professor. I just didn't really see myself doing that. So I was like, or you work, like, in publishing, you know, like editing and things like that. But I didn't love that either. And so when I looked at those options, I was like, this is not my dream. Like, this is just not my dream. Like, I mean, very few people just, like, publish at 18 or 19 and have ongoing writing careers for the rest of their life. I'm not that kind of fine writer. I can't even name one person that's like that, you know? Unless you just come from mass wealth and you just do it for fun or whatever. But anyway, and then I started working in treatment, and then I was like, this is what I want to do. And that was when I decided to go and get my master's degree in social work. And that's how everything changed for me. A lot of the people that I was working with at that time were either working on their bachelor's degree or their goal was to go to get their master's in social work. That was like the big thing. Over time it changed and people were getting like their master's in counseling or the master's in other thing. But at that time, like the master's in social work, because it was the most, they would say the most mobile degree. Like you could work with the elderly, you could work with HIV clients, you could work in addictions, you could work with, there were so many, you could work in school systems if you wanted to. And so that's why I ended up getting my master's in social work. It also, to be honest with you, like I can remember I took the, is it the GRE, the graduate requirement exam? Oh my God, Heather and I took it together. She did very well. So she went into psychology. She got her master's in clinical psych. No, she got her master's in social work with me, but she took her GRE for clinical psych because she was going to go into that. I'm like, how did I forget that when I say it in almost every video? We went to graduate school together. But anyway, I remember, because I took my graduate, so there's a subject exam and then there's the general one. She did very well on it. I did horrible. I remember we talked about it. I remember we took it on this icy, icy cold winter day. I would have been sober then too. We took it at this like high school on the south side. I must have been sober when I took that. And I remember waiting for her in the car. And I remember that Joan Osborne song was on the radio. When did that Joan Osborne song come out? If God Was One of Us. Because I'll tell you that, like, that song was, like, pretty new when I took the GRE. So I can... If God was one of us... You know that song? Was one of us. Isn't it weird the things you remember? One of us song. I can see myself sitting in that. It came out in 1995, so that was the year after I got sober in 94. Yeah, so, but I can remember Heather coming out and being like, how did you do, and blah, 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 and she was so excited because she did real well on her, like, psych subject exam, and she got really good scores, too. And, so my undergraduate degree was in English, and hers was in psych, and she got straight A's always, but the subject exam was so hard. There's a lot of logic on it. This is when I realized there's no law school for Peter in the future. Like, that's like the LSATs are like all just logic. You know, the one where it's like, if Sally leaves for Texas on Tuesday and Judy leaves for Texas on Wednesday and Peter leaves for nowhere ever, like, when does Susie get to Texas? Like, that kind of shit. I'm like, I don't even know how to read the question. Heather did so well. I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. So, I remember asking me, okay, so I took the English specific one, which is mostly like grammar and stuff like that. But then there was like literature stuff too. I thought it was going to be all literature. That was what I studied. And there was like 400 questions on it. Oh my God, that day was so grueling. And I remember this was when I kind of decided I wasn't doing English anymore. I think that was part of the decision of not going in to get my master's in fine arts anymore. Because you needed the GRE subject for English to go into fine arts. At least the programs I was looking, I think Iowa and IU required it. And so I remember there was only like one question. I keep on feeling like the battery's going to go to the halfway mark. What time am I at now? Where am I at? Oh, 43 minutes. So maybe here in a couple minutes we'll go to the halfway mark. But this is so funny. I'm telling all these stories. I don't know why. But anyway, I remember I got to like one of the very last questions. It was either like the last question or one of the last questions. And it was something about Alice Walker, The Color Purple. It was literally the only question I knew for fact that I knew on the question, on the whole subject, GRE. I remember Heather being like, I think I did pretty good. How do you think you did? And I was like, oh, girl, no, not good. But anyway, I can't remember. I remember she got a spot. There was like 6 spots in clinical psych, and she ended up getting one of them at this program. But then she ended up getting her master's in social work, and we started together. We did our, like, it's so funny, I'm thinking about our internships. We did our internships completely different. We took some classes together, but we weren't, like, side by side. I mean, we started together and stuff like that. Well, when I was getting my master's in social work, they do it completely different now, I think. I've said this on here before, and some people are like, no, they do it the same. They did macro and micro. So, like, macro, if you went like that, like, train or route, was like program development, program management, grant writing, things like that. Heather went that route. I went micro, which was more like, individual counseling for treatment facilities, working for, like, being a caseworker, things like that. So either, like, they made us pick back then. Like, I think now you go into, well, it would depend on what school you go to, I think, where they do specific tracks is the word I'm looking for, trains, I said. But anyway, back then it was micro and macro. We had to take classes in both of them, like our first semester. I think it was the second semester or the second year, you had to pick, like, which track you were going to do, micro or macro. Maybe it was earlier than that, I can't remember. But that was why we took a lot of different classes, because she went macro, and she did, like, program development. She still does that today. And I went micro. So anyway, that seems like forever ago, too. I mean, I graduated, like, from Master's in Social Work in, like, 98 or 99, so how long ago would that have been? My degree is sitting right inside. I guess I could look at it. I think I graduated in 99. So, 2009, 19, 20-some years ago. God, that seems so surreal to me. My life looks so different today than it did back then. But anyway, yeah. Duke's gone. I feel like it's so weird to me when I get... a lot of these people that have passed away, that were friends of mine, passed away, like, a long time ago. Like, it's like they've been gone for a long time, you know? It's sad. Oh, this blanket is so warm inside. Miss him, though. He was so funny. Can see him in my head. So many funny stories of us. Anyway. This one's for you, Duke. I'm, like, in my head just thinking of these funniest stories. He and my friend, they were obsessed with the Soap Opera Digest. Like, I can remember being like, I don't know what day it came out, like, day of the week. Do you guys, is it Soap Opera Digest? I should ask Tanya, because she used to read it back in the day, too. But they would, like, each get one at the grocery store, and then they would just, like, sit there and ignore me while they were, like, listening to music, and they would just both go through that Soap Opera Digest. They were obsessed with it, and they would watch their stories, like, every day together and stuff like that. Scared the hell out of me. Oh, my God. The ice is melting. We had so much fun back in the day, all of us. Heather and I starting... at IUPUI, and I can remember I took art classes, and I had this big portfolio. I think I finally threw it away. I had it in the basement forever. I think I finally threw it away like a year ago. I mean, why did I keep this? Pencil drawings in my hand from when I was 18 years old. I thought, well, maybe someday if I write a memoir. Who's reading a memoir of mine? Nobody. I mean, not about me taking a writing class. My stories were so boring anyway. But I can remember, like, walking in and the ice, and we were like e-parking. Heather and I drove together every day. We'd stop and get coffee on the way down there, and we're like e-parking, and it's like colder than this outside, and e-parking was like the very last lot when you had to walk in. I remember my dad, because my dad was like, at that time, he was on... So my dad was, like, sat on a lot of, like, boards, medical boards, and, like, was on the Indiana University, like, medical faculty board, because he would go there, like, and have students and stuff like that in the hospital. And I said, can you get me an A parking pass? He was like, no. And I'm like, Dad, you can get an A parking pass, like, you're faculty of the school. He's like, no, you can park and walk all the way in. It's good for you. I was like, damn it. But anyway, so... I can remember Heather and I, like, slipping and sliding, and I had this, because she would go right to the lecture hall for psych classes, and I would go left to the Kavanaugh Hall, which is where my art classes were, and I can remember I had this big, black, fake leather portfolio. I'd be slipping, and I'd have my coffee in this portfolio, one cigarette in another hand, slipping and sliding on the ice out there. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. So funny. We would buy these tape cassettes of dance music that we'd hear out at the club, and God, those were the days. Anyway, that's the book I should write. I should write a book about us back in the day, because that was fun. I actually, a couple years ago, I bought this book called Talbot Street. I think it takes place like in the 70s or 80s, early 80s. It's actually about like AIDS and stuff like that. But the bar that Alex and I met at was called Talbot Street. It's closed down now. But it's actually had like 3 generations. So in the 70s it was around, and then they reopened it again, like I think it was in the 70s and 80s. It was huge here in Indianapolis. It was like one of the first huge gay clubs. The book that was written is like a true testimony, fictionalized, about this guy's experience going out to Talbot Street every night. So I finally bought it like a year ago. It is very long. So I started it like last summer, and I was like, oh, this is too depressing to read right now. But I want to read that. It's like one of the books that I want to read that's like, it's fictional, so it's based on true events, but it's like fictional. But anyway, it's about this guy that comes to Indianapolis, and he's married, and he meets this other guy that's married, and they fall in love, and they go to Talbot Street all the time. But anyway, and like it starts from him like coming back to town for like a conference, and he's like remembering like this guy that he had this relationship with for like 6 months while he lived in Indianapolis like 20 years before, and the guy's like passed away from AIDS or something like that. But anyway, that's where like. So it was there, and then it reopened again. It's been like 6 things. I think now it's like a restaurant, like a brunch place. And I think they do drag shows there sometimes and stuff like that. That was a fun club. We used to have fun back in the day. God, it's so weird to think that, like, you know, I talk about, like, being sober 30 years, 31 years, all that kind of stuff, right? Like, I'm sober 31 years. Like, I say it so much that it doesn't... Like, the realization of how long that is doesn't sometimes hit me. The battery went to the halfway mark. Did I already say that? I just noticed it. The realization of how long 31 years is, it's a long time, you know? Like, I sometimes don't even realize, like, really how long that is. You know, it's crazy. Like, I don't know. It just seems surreal to me. Like, when you think about, like, being in, like, kindergarten... through your senior year in high school, like 12, 13 years, right? Alex and I have been together 18 years. I've been sober for 31 years, you know? Like, my mom's been gone 18 years. Like, that's crazy to me, you know? You think about your age and stuff like that. Especially that I've been sober 31 years of my 53 years on this earth. You know, like, that's crazy. I don't know. So yeah, so today I got up, and then Alex had his meetings this morning, and he is staring me down, mean mugging me. He just flipped me off. He just went like this. He just flipped me off, and he goes. Anyway, Alex had his meetings this morning, and then he took me to my dental appointment, which is really nothing. They just did a scan on me. I'm like so over this dental stuff. It's my own damn fault for not going. I was telling her today, I was like, I tell people this all the time. Like, people ask me for advice, like, oh, I'm in my 20s or 30s. What's advice you would give me in your 50s? Which I'm now old enough to, like, reflect on my life, I guess, and give life advice. I say, don't ever stop going to your dentist. Number one, that's, if you can afford it, don't ever stop going, at least for your 6-month checkups or annual checkups. Number two, always go to the doctor for preventative medicine. And number three, well, 4 things. Save a little bit of money. Even if you can only save $100 a year, you know, which break that up in 52 weeks and what, save $2 a week or something, and save $100 a year. Over time, that money adds up. You'll need that at some point in your life. And number 4, work out 3 days a week and don't ever stop in your entire life. I wish I had done those things. Every time, I mean, I was so proud of myself for being on the dental stuff. It's like every time, Caroline and I side of the family, we just do not have good teeth stuff. Like, Caroline's had a lot of teeth issues the last couple years and stuff like that, and well, her mom had a lot of gum issues, and so Caroline has it too, and she's real over it. It's real painful for her and stuff like that. Caroline's teeth are pretty. Caroline has kept up with the dentist, like always goes to the dentist. Alex always goes to the dentist. So today when I was there, she's like, well, your teeth don't look that bad. She was like, I mean, like, they're like getting better. Because I'm going on my periodontal disease. So it's like stop the disease, the periodontal disease, which is like where you lose bone. I think it's like bone, what does she call it? Bone mass or bone tissue. And so your teeth get kind of loose. Well, I was worried that I was losing this tooth right here. And that was when I went for my periodontal cleaning a couple weeks ago. So she's like, well, my periodontist was like, so she cleans my teeth there, okay? But then the periodontist is this guy, and he was like, I want you to go see your dentist. And I want her to, like, so they work together. And so he was like, she's gonna, because he was like, I said, am I gonna lose a tooth? And he's like, because I said, I can't lose a tooth right here. Like, I film videos every day, you know? He was laughing at me. They all know I film videos. The girl that did my teeth today, she's like, my friend loves your TV review videos. She's like, I don't watch any of the shows you review, but she was like, I was like, how do you know? And she was like, oh, because she was like showing me one of your videos, and I was like, oh my God, like, I know him. He comes into our dentist's office and stuff like that. And I was like, well, you can tell her. She's like, no, I can't tell her. I was like, no, you can tell her that. Like, she's like, no, I can't tell her. I was like, okay. She's like, so I said, it's just like a secret. And she's like, yeah, she was showing me your videos because she thinks you're so funny. And I couldn't say anything because, you know, HIPAA and whatever. But anyway, she was so nice. So, But she's like, but I don't watch any of the shows that you cover over there. I go, well, I cover everything. So we were talking. And then we started talking about books and stuff like that. She was the one that was scanning my mouth. Okay, so I'd never met her before, this girl. But anyway, I mean, I'd seen her in the office, but like hadn't seen her to like scan stuff. So the periodontist was like, I want you to go to the dentist. Because I was like, am I going to lose a tooth? He goes, we'll have to pull it. But the day that we pull it, we would put in a permanent like retainer with a tooth on it. I was like, oh God, no. He's like, but I don't think it's gonna come to that. And I go, okay, so you don't think I'm gonna lose, like in the middle of I was afraid like I'd wake up and have no tooth and then I'd swallow it or something, you know? He's like, oh no, that's not gonna happen. He's like, the bone mass isn't that bad, or the bone whatever isn't that bad. It's not that weak. He was like, I think she can go and she can bond it or something or put something behind it. So I had to go today just for my scan. So then she's ordering it and I'm coming back in like 2 weeks or something like that, and then she's gonna put it, and she said it's like a permanent retainer wire that goes behind my teeth. But then she said, I don't know how long he's gonna want it in. And I go, what do you mean? And she goes, well, I'm also gonna file your tooth down a little bit to see, because your bite, so my teeth are, I guess, are touching, and so one's going behind the other, and that's what's happening. Has something to do with like me like grinding my teeth at night or something like that, which I don't even really notice that I do. Alex has mentioned that he can hear it at night sometimes, but he's like, it's not bad. But over time, like, so when my teeth, they hit, like one goes like this. And so it's like the backside. Anyway, I don't really understand it. Somebody said what it was called on here. Somebody must be a dentist or work for a dentist or something and understand what it is. Because somebody said it on here a while ago when I was talking about it. So I've got to go in and get this wire replaced back there. She said it won't hurt. She's like, you will hardly even notice it. I was saying this the other day, and somebody, maybe it was yesterday, and somebody commented in my vlog, thank you, because you took the fear away from me today. And they said, oh, it doesn't hurt at all. They just like bond a wire behind here. Is it very similar to like after I had braces, I had a wire behind here, and then one day it just fell off when I was eating a caramel apple, and then I swallowed it, and I was talking to my dad, and I acted like it was no big deal, and my dad goes, you need to go to the emergency room now and get an x-ray. And I go, why? He goes, that wire could pierce your intestines. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, and then it could seep into your system. And he's like sepsis or something. I don't even know what he said, but I was scared to death. Anyway, I think I pooped it out or something because it wasn't in my x-ray. I did go do all that. But anyway, but is it kind of like that? She's like, I thought it'd be in there for the rest of my life. Today she was like, no, I don't know how long your periodontist will want it in there for, but until like the teeth like go back together. But she's like, I'm gonna have to shave down your tooth, so I don't know about all that. Does it hurt? I can't imagine it. She said it doesn't gonna hurt. So that was the scan, and then we got done. So my point was at 11:30. We were done by like noon. And Alex is like, okay, do you want to go home and just film some videos and stuff like that? He has no plans this weekend. And I was like, well, do you have anything that you need to do? And he was like, no. He's like, we can go to brunch if you want to. He was so sweet. You know what he said to me today? I was like, okay, well, where do you want to go to brunch? So noon at Patashu is real busy. Well, any brunch place at noon is busy. Like 11 to noon is super busy, right? So I said, where are you wanting to go? And he goes, well, did you want to go to, like, do you want to go to Patashu? Or since we're probably going to go either tomorrow or Sunday, do you want to wait? And I said, no, we can go to Patashu. He goes, well, what's that place that you love to go to? So right across from the mall where we go to Patashu is Ruth's Cafe on the other side. I haven't been to Ruth's Cafe in forever. So he's like, do you want to go to Ruth's Cafe? But honestly, I was really hungry for a gluten-free waffle today. I only get the gluten-free because they're fluffier. I don't get it because I eat gluten. I'm not gluten allergic, but it's fluffier. The gluten-free waffle there is better than the regular waffle, is what I was told, and I've tested it, and it's the truth. So I wanted a waffle, and Alex wanted a Cuban. So I said, we don't need to go. I said, but the other place I want to go is Rise. He goes, well, we can turn around. I can go there. I was like, no, we can just go to Patashu. So we went to Patashu. We got to see our friends today, so that was really fun. And then afterwards, I said, what are you going to do? And he said, so during brunch, we talked about trips that we're planning for, like, you know, Ultra and then the summer and stuff like that. So we kind of put all that together and planned it. And we came home, like, did some planning of that for the trip. So we have some things on the book, which I'm very excited about. And then, well, tentatively on the books. And then he had some calls he had to make, and he had some computer stuff he had to do, like emails he had to answer. So he was like, I'm going to finish this work up. And I said, okay, well, then I'm going to film some videos. It was kind of fun. Like, usually on Fridays, if he's done by like noon or something like that, he doesn't usually work that late in the afternoon. He'll go get like an IV injection or go have brunch with his friend or something like that, or his mom while I'm filming videos. So he was here, and he was downstairs working. I said, this is what it would be like if we worked together, like, and you were home every day. He was like, yeah, it would be actually, it was like perfect day. Because I would film a video, and then I would come down, I'd take the dogs out, and then I'd talk to him for a little bit. He was like in the corner by the bookshelf where he works. So, yeah, and then tonight we're going to watch a movie. So last night, Nikki rented The Housemaid. She said it was really good. She said it kind of Parts of it were cheesy, like a Lifetime movie. I said, does it follow the book? She goes, yeah, it follows the book pretty well. So I asked Alex last night, I said, do you want to watch the house tonight? Because I thought he might want to watch it because his girlfriends all read the book by Frida McFadden. So I was like, do you want to watch it or not? Because you have to rent it. And he was like, I think Hamnet now you can rent, so I might rent that this weekend too. So he was like, yeah, I want to watch it. So we're going to either watch that tonight or tomorrow night. Oh, we've got RuPaul's Drag Race tonight too. So anyway, we went to brunch, and then we came home, and then I filmed a drama video, a Peter Does Stuff video, a haul. I did my reaction to Love After Lockup. Well, Love During Lockup. Did I do another video? Nope, just those three. And this. And those are our... Oh, and I did a review video of dried fruit from Trader Joe's. It was really good. I did these dried mangoes before, and I didn't like the dried mangoes at all. But this time I really... The camera stopped. But this time I really, really liked the dried apricots. They were good. So I did that review over my review channel. So I filmed 4 videos, and then this. And I think I am going to film tomorrow, and well, maybe Sunday. We'll see. But, yeah, it's been a really good day. I'm trying to get caught up on some of my reading, too. Oh my god, this Murder by Cheesecake. It's killing me. I am like, I listen to like 10 or 15 minutes at a time while I'm like folding laundry. I think I have I should look and see. I think I have less than 15 minutes left of it. I have 11 minutes left of it. I just need to listen to the 11 minutes and finish it and go into the Kathy Reichs book. So many people are telling me they don't like these Kathy Reichs books. I'm like, well, we're in it to win it for a year. So I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm not going to not. I haven't even started them yet. And then I'm kind of like, well, maybe I'll really like them. I hope. I mean, it's not real exciting to go into a series where people are 3 and 4 books ahead of you. And nobody likes the books. I'm like, I'm still trying to finish these stupid James Patterson. They're on pause right now. Anyway, last night, I watched Love After Lockup, and I took notes. Nikki had watched it before me because I told her I was laying down to take a nap. What did we watch last night, Alex and I? Oh, we watched Traitors. So he came home, and he was like, he really wanted to watch Traitors. So we watched Traitors last night. After Traitors, I took a nap. He actually wasn't gone too long. So I took a nap after Traitors, and he watched Love Island. And he was like, I'm just going to watch Love Island because if I watch... He was going to watch... what's the show that he's watching? The Swords. Spartacus. He's like, if I watch an episode of Spartacus and then I watch Love Island, then I'll want to watch another episode of Spartacus. But he's like, that'll be too late. He ended up staying up real late anyway. So I think he watched like 2 episodes of Spartacus and Love Island. So I got up. I went downstairs when he came upstairs. And he watched another episode upstairs when he went to bed. And then I read a little bit last night, but not much. I'm like 3 chapters behind, or two chapters behind in the Advent Calendar short story book. The other Advent Calendar book I'm caught up on, the Kindle one, the Christopher Franklin one, it's bad. It's so bad. It's so bad that it's kind of hilarious. But the other one that's like a short story a day, I'm loving. But I'm on a story called Click. It's about this like dating app thing where they like, anyway. So that was from the 4th. So I have the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th to catch up on that. But I think I'm going to read like one every other day and try to carry it out to like the 28th. And last night I downloaded 2 new apocalyptic books on Amazon. Oh, he's wanting to go outside. So anyway, tonight we're going to watch movies. It's little Otis. I'm going to get off here and take them outside. So tonight we're going to watch The Housemaid, maybe, or RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh, he just ran away as I'm taking my blanket off. Oh, there's Walter. He's told Walter. He's like, Dad's coming to get us. So tonight we're going to watch The Housemaid. I'm going to probably wait to watch Love After Lockup because I'm going to start doing my reactions to it on Monday. And then I want to read a lot tonight too. And he has no plans tomorrow, so we'll probably watch a movie tomorrow, maybe do brunch or something, and I don't know, film some videos and just kind of hang out. I'm ready for a really relaxing weekend. Oh, I'm going to walk tonight too because it's so much nicer. So once I take them out and the vlog is done rendering and it's uploading, I will go walk, and then when I come back, take a shower, put on comfy clothes, and we'll watch something. So either Housemaid tonight or tomorrow. So anyway, is there anything else I'm going to tell you? This was such a bizarre vlog because I just was telling stories. Anyway, I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Friday. It does not feel like a Friday. It just felt like such a laid-back day. It was so nice having him home all day today, and like it's just kind of like going out and running errands, going to my dental appointment. I mean, I got like, 5 videos total done, and it felt like, I don't know, it just felt like I was like filmed a video, came down, talked to him, took the dogs out. It was so nice today. Anyway, we're going to watch movies and stuff tonight. And it's not even that late. So, all right, I'm going to get off here now. Little Otis is staring at me. He's like doing this with his head. I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Friday. And if nobody else has told you this today, I, of course, love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya!